Hi, welcome to the RAMS Agents Production Coaching Call. The goal of the call is to help you sell more homes by maximizing your repeat and referral closings by implementing the Referral Agent Mastery System into your practice. My name is Mike Cerrone, co-founder of RAMS Agents. All right, so we've got a small group today, and I just had some good news I wanted to share real quick with the group, and then we'll open it up. So it was a pretty exciting morning for me this morning, and I'm just sitting here. By the way, it's only 7:14 my time, 7:14 a.m. And I've already signed a listing this morning, which was great. Was pretty excited about. Thank you, Blake. That's my second one in the last 30 days, so I'm getting back on track. This particular listing was an expired listing, so I'll give you a little bit of this background and the story. This was an expired listing that happened I believe last fall, so almost a year ago. And then I contacted her, reached out to her in around February. So she'd been off the market for a couple months by then. And the couple interesting parts there. I reached out to her initially by text message. So I'd heard some people had done that, and I tried that, and I haven't had a lot of success with it other than this particular one. We had started a text conversation back and forth, and eventually we met and thought that she was going to be listing at that time and getting ready to buy another property. And then at the last minute, she got cold feet after talking to her kids and decided to wait. And she did. So we didn't list it in February. I said, hey, no problem. I'm here whenever you need me. And then what I did at that point was I added her to my PCSOI follow-up system, right? Because now I know her, she knows me, we recognize each other, we'd recognize each other in the grocery store, could strike up a conversation. So she moved from a completely cold lead, someone I didn't know at all, into my PCSY rather rapidly because we had had these meetings to list her property, which didn't pan out. In the old days, I probably would have just forgot about it and dropped her and gone on to the next thing. But today I'm a little wiser, and I just put her in my drip follow-up system for my PCSY, which is mainly postcards at this time. So I've been sending out postcards quite a bit in the spring, and then not as much now, and it'll taper off towards the end of the year. But how often I send it out is anywhere from 10 days, every 10 days, to now it's probably every 30 days, and it'll be reduced as we go out, and then it'll heat up again in the spring. Anyway, so that's in the postcard follow-up program. And then she reached back out to me after receiving several postcards. I also, by the way, had added her to one of those drip systems that shows you your value. And in my area, I get a free one for my MLS called eProperty Watch. So I had her on that, which she is actively looking at her value each time. I've noticed that, so that was good. Interestingly, then she reached back out to me. I'll continue the story. She reached back out to me. She said, hey, let's get together, and I want to list my house. I said, great. So it sounds like a come list me call. I go over there, I meet with her, and it's a very strange meeting because we never talk about real estate. I keep trying to bring it back up and say, hey, what do you want to do? What do you think about this information? She's ignoring the topic. I'm only there for 30 minutes. It's super fast. And I had to leave because it's not going anywhere. She's telling me about everything but real estate. And I thought, boy, this is just really strange. And so we've been doing a lot of communication by text, which is more new to me. But anyway, I text out to her and I say, hey, I just want to be candid. That our meeting seemed a little off to me. I'm not sure what's going on. By the way, in the meeting, I found out that she's going to be interviewing other agents. So I said, hey, I'm kind of under the impression that you would like to hire a different agent, and you're just trying to get an idea of value. If that's true, that's fine. I'm happy to share any information I can with you. I just want to make sure I know what the situation is. And then she texted me back and she said, no, I am going to be interviewing other agents, but I like working with you. And she said, I get nervous when I'm around people. I'm an introvert, and I end up talking a lot, and I end up talking about anything that I can think of, and it's not always on the topic. It's just one of the quirky things about me. And I said, hey, no problem. I understand. Sometimes I feel introverted, which I do, by the way. I said, sometimes I feel introverted, and I can kind of be in that same state of mind, so I completely understand, no problem. So she went on to interview 4 other agents. And 2 of them, she had told me that day when we had met, because I kept asking questions, I'd get like a 1-word answer and move on. But I found out that they were deep discount brokers. So she had met with these deep discount brokers, 2 of the 4. And eventually she came back to me. She just said, you're the one I want to use. And when can we get started? And she had a couple things she had to do with the property to prepare it, which was fine. So she did prepare the property, and she's actually currently doing that. Has a few last things to do, and but that looks like it'll wrap up by the end of this week. And so yesterday she had texted me and said, "Hey, can we get the paperwork started? I want to get this paperwork going." I said, "Great." So I drafted up the paperwork and the listing agreement and disclosures. I sent the listing agreement over to her last night. I got that back this morning signed. So I officially have a new listing. Pretty excited about that. A couple of things that, and then we're doing disclosures now, and we're going to do a coming soon. So I had described to her about the coming soon. By the way, we've been communicating over time through text messages about other properties I had listed, and this other property I had coming on the market, and how I dealt with it, the one early in the spring, and then this one that I've currently, and about this coming soon. She said, I want to do a coming soon. And I said, great. And we mapped that out. So again, the reason I bring that up is you're kind of dripping out information over time. And there's a big overarching concept that I want to share. And that is you can build trust over time with communication. And the other thing is, if you treat the person like your client before they sign, then it's super easy for them to sign. Like I thought there might be some issues when I sent over the agreement, because it's my full commission, and it had all the terms that I thought would be great. And she just signed up on it. And the word she used yesterday, when we were trying to get her some information, she said, yeah, I can't see that information, but Mike, I trust you. So I'd already built to the point where she had trusted me. This is someone I've never known before. I did that first text in the spring. And it also shows you have to be willing to do long-term follow-up, because this is now 6 months later, right? That was in February. It's now August. So literally 6 months later since we first started talking. But now we're getting her property on the market. So other couple quick things I want to share about this story that are kind of neat. That's kind of the background and how it led up to it. And maybe there's some value in there for you somewhere. But I got to give a quick plug to my current brokerage, which is Epic Realty. They have an amazing benefit package that I knew about, but didn't really appreciate till I started listing again. So they've got free signs, free yard signs that they install and remove. Already had that done in the listing in the spring, and then the current listing, and now this new one. That's really nice. I already got that signed up for this new client. I went ahead and started getting that going yesterday when she said she was ready to go. I also get free photographs, free listing property photos that the company provides. And I've already scheduled that. Both those will happen next Monday. So that was pretty cool. Also get a free social media listing ad. So they put out ads on this property in social media for free. I don't have to pay for that, but I do get the leads when they come in, which is pretty cool. Also get a free listing billboard sign. If they have billboards in their area, our company will post this listing on a billboard. I get the response from that. A couple final plugs. I know I'm kind of going on, but these are just things that are really amazing to me. They've got virtual staging. I just used that on my last listing because it was vacant, and I get free virtual staging. Came out really well. I've had some compliments on it already, and put a few of those in the MLS. I do disclose in the MLS that those are virtually staged. So that was really awesome. Again, these things you don't really recognize how cool they are until you start using them. We get a free transaction coordinator. I get a free CRM called Lofty to use for follow-up. So I've been using that to make sure that I was following up with these folks. And the other thing that I find really neat, and again, that's just because I'm old timer and I'm coming back in after a long time gone, is we get free contract software and digital signatures with a thing called Dot Loop. And then we're adding SkySlope here in a minute. That is so cool to me. In the old days, I used to have to go run over to someone's property to get a signature or have them run into my office, or even the fax machine where the fax would get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller over time. This digital signature stuff is really, really cool. And again, I was able to get that done early this morning, uh, basically before I was ready to even start work. And she was up though early because of her schedule, and she just signed it and sent it over. So it's pretty cool. The other thing I should point out is that my company does offer free leads, including seller leads, including expireds and FSBOs that drop into that CRM. And that's where you can find the gal that I just found who's an expired. And then finally, these free prescriptions, pretty cool. My wife and I are being able to get the free prescriptions. And oh, and my favorite one is free car washes. Everybody jokes about the free car washes. I love the free car washes. They just put built a car wash 5 minutes from my house. I've gone there probably every week. It's just amazing to get a free car wash. You just drive up, a little gate opens up, it's all automatic. I just drive through, and anyway, it's pretty cool. Anyway, that's my story, and I thought I'd share real fast, and then I'm going to open it up. The text that I used to start the communication, the actual text message I sent out to an expired. And it says, "Hey blank," so you put in their name. "Hey blank, I'm reaching out about your property at blank," whatever their address is. "I saw it came off the market and was curious if you ended up selling it privately or if it might still be available, question mark." And then my name, local, in my case, Green Mountain, realtor. I'm in Green Mountain and the property was in Green Mountain. So your local area realtor. And I sent that out and she replied and we got a conversation going. And it's just basically the same thing you would use if you were on the phone, but I was able to do it on the text message. So if anybody has any questions about that story and that experience, I'm happy to answer, or if you'd like to share yours. I got Blake, he's traveling. I got Tristan. I'm not sure. Oh, there you are, Tristan. Hey, buddy. All right, cool. All right, so I don't get any comments. Does anybody else have any good news you'd like to share or any hot topics you'd like? You know what? Before I go on, I do have. Oh, he's out now. I was going to share, have Blake share a story he shared with me before he came on today. Hey, Blake, do you want to share the story about your listing that you've got, or are you now in too much action going on around you? I see that you're now where your destination.
I think I can share that now. I'm trying to see if
I
I've
can hear
moved from. Can you see me all right and hear me?
I can't see you, but I can hear you. Your picture's going in and out, but I can hear you. You can tell us the story.
Okay, sure. So the quick story that I just had was that I do have a referral that I'm going to basically a listing appointment tomorrow. It's a pre-listing appointment, but it's a tenant occupied property, and the owner is out of town, a couple hours away. So I am going out to the property with the property manager, and I'm going to take photographs and then meet with the property owner by phone and maybe by Zoom later in the day. And if there's photos that I need to share, then I will do that. The property owner has not actually seen the property in about a year, but it's been tenant occupied. So I'm going to be the one to go take some photographs. They're going to ultimately be my listing photographs if everything goes as planned. But that's what I was sharing with you earlier is I do have this appointment. It was a referral, and I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a listing appointment. And Blake, where did that come from? What was the source of that business?
Yeah, so you were just talking about our brokerage. You and I are both in Epic Realty. Our brokerage uh, I have a group, a team, basically, the Georgia state team. And I say the state team, it's actually just folks in Atlanta that I interact with a good bit. And that referral came through another Epic agent in the Atlanta area.
That is cool. So you got an agent to agent referral through the company. And how much of a referral fee is the company going to charge you for that? What's the fee that the company charges for that?
The company doesn't charge anything. This is just between me and the other agent.
Yeah, it's incredible. Incredible. The way they run their business is just amazing. Now, I can't remember. I haven't asked you this earlier today, so I may be stepping in it, but isn't this like the second referral you've received from that group?
Yeah, it's actually, if I think back through, it's actually the third one I've received from that group. So interacting with my own brokerage agents in other parts of my own state and in other states, but certainly in my own state, has generated three referrals within my brokerage that are all coming my way.
That is fantastic. That is so cool. And we were talking before we started that since that's working so well, you might start looking at other areas. You know, that's Atlanta. You're up in North Georgia. That there may be other metro areas that you could start working with some agents to see if you could get some referrals for business they know. Maybe some agents that are around the area, maybe 100 miles away or so. They're too far away to do it themselves, but they would want someone like you there to help out.
That's right. I'm licensed in Georgia and Tennessee, so and I work in Chattanooga and Northwest Georgia. So really, the Nashville metro is an absolute opportunity to do this, just as you and I have just discussed. So I'll be looking in Nashville and probably Knoxville as well as good referral sources.
And Blake, where are you right now? I know you're going to have to break with us pretty quick. Where are you right now?
Yeah, I don't know if you can you see behind me at all here?
No, the screen went black, so we can
Oh,
just
okay.
see
I
you,
don't know
and
if I
that's
can
it.
turn my camera on or not, but um, it says my video is stopped. I'm actually in a radio studio. We're about to record a radio show that I co-host that airs each Saturday morning here in Chattanooga.
Sweet. That is so cool. And we'd love to see that, but the video's not working. Oh, there it goes. Hey, now we can see your video. Sweet.
I don't know if you can hear me anymore. Is
We
it
can. We can hear you and see
okay?
you.
I would have left that on the whole time, but yeah, this is this is the radio studio that we record from.
That's
This
awesome.
is yeah, Whitfield Media Group, and my friend Sean Whitfield. This is his studio. You kind of get a look there. So we're all set for a radio show.
That is cool. And you're doing a radio show on real estate in your local area, right?
That's right. It's called Your Home Radio, and it airs on Saturday mornings on 98.1 The Lake FM in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And the show is a talk show that talks all about home improvement and real estate issues, anything for homeowners. We talk about taxes. We've talked about the recent property tax. Anything that's going on with property taxes, we talk a lot about that too. We had, as this is going on all around the country, of course, but the new assessments, the new appraisals, they're going out in different municipalities and different counties throughout the country. But we talk about that, and we give advice for how to help folks through that stuff.
That's great. So you're talking directly to homeowners. Are you able to give a plug on the show for people to reach out to you for real estate services?
Yes, absolutely. I do. There's a plug on the show. I am now the a sponsor of the show. So it is actually brought to you by Blake Watson with Epic Realty.
That is fantastic. And have
Yeah,
you received any business from it?
I have. I have. I've had, and I'm not going to say direct, like where somebody has called me cold and said, well, no, I take that back. I have had, and you know that I've had another a business opportunity, a partnership actually began because someone did hear me cold on the radio. for the most part, I do it just to be working with my PCSOI. I don't actually do it necessarily to generate cold leads, but I have received cold. You're exactly right.
That is awesome. And as you said, it creates expertise status for you with your PCSOI, if nothing else. Now, I know we're running over time for you, so thank you for taking the time to chat with us. I know you're preparing to record
Yep.
a podcast coming up, so we'll let you go because I know you want to prepare for that and do a great job. Thank you so much for sharing, though. That was really fun to kind of dive in there and see what was going on as well as hear what was going on.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Take care. I'll see you later.
Good luck, Blake.
Thanks.
All right, cool. Uh, and now it's just Tristan and I, and Tristan's hanging out. Tristan, do you have any issues you would like us to review today? Hello, how's everybody doing today? Oh man, we got the whole clan, got the whole family. How y'all? You all doing well? Are you guys in school yet?
No. No.
No. Is Dad taking care of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You guys enjoy having your time alone with Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I've heard you've been gone on a lot of adventures this summer. I saw you walking in the park and having some fun. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right, Tristan, are there any issues you'd like us to address for you?
Nah, no issues. Just plugging away. Just doing my best to stay consistent and having faith that results will yield as a result. Sage, stop that, please.
Well, you've been doing a great job with your door knock. You've been crushing the door knocking and you've been very consistent. Yeah.
I've been fairly consistent, yeah, most days out the week.
Yeah,
Maybe in a
you've
month
been
I'll
doing
miss
that.
five.
You're adding, have you looked at how many people you've added to your database? Because every day you're adding more and more people to your database of connections and then leads that you're meeting at the door. Have you
No,
looked at the sum and
calculated.
the total?
I haven't calculated. I couldn't look in my CRM and see which of the contacts are from door knocking, but I haven't off the top of my head. I'm not sure.
Keep building out that pool.
Yeah,
Keep
so,
building out that pool. And then as you do the follow-up, it'll even though they're kind of still cold and raw leads, you'll probably get about 1% closing a year. So you get 100 people in there, you're going to have one closing a year every year coming out of it. If you have 200, you have two. You have 1,000, you'll have 10. You get to 10,000, you'll have 100 closings a year out of that database. So it's pretty exciting watching you build that out.
okay, go clean it. Yeah, one step at a time. It's good that I started to do my email newsletter because I've been getting some good feedback from that.
Yeah, that's how you're following up with the leads you're meeting at the door, right?
Right.
Cool. Cool. All right. Well, let me know if you have any questions or issues or things that you would like us to address. Otherwise, I'll probably wrap this up pretty early today. Is there anything else going on there that you want us
No,
to talk about, Tristan?
no.
Okay, great. Well, let's go ahead then, and we're going to wrap up the production call. We'll make it a little shorter today, and we'll go ahead and get into our quick huddle for the day. And our huddle for the day is the number one thing we did yesterday to move our business forward. Number one thing we're going to do today to move our business forward. Tristan, what would you like to share with us?
Number one thing yesterday was door knocking. I had 50 something knocks, 20 conversations, 8 new connections. And number one thing for today is get back out there again on the door knocking and look to double what I did in terms of knocks yesterday.
Cool. And when you say connections, those are people you've met, you've talked to, you hit it off with them. And were you able to capture their contact information?
Yeah, exactly. Like their name, email. Most of them I got their phone number and their address.
You do that every day. You said there were 8 yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so 8 yesterday. And if you were just to do that every day, that's 140 a week, 160 a month that you're adding to your database. That's pretty incredible. And with good follow-up over time, just that 160 will be a closing and a half a year, right? You do that throughout the course of a year, that's like 18 closings that are happening just by you consistently going out and doing that. You were talking about consistency earlier. I think you're on track.
Yeah, we'll see. Just gotta keep moving forward and see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Is that
proud of you, Tristan. I'm really proud of you. You're doing the really hard work. You're doing things that other people are not willing to do. And whenever we do that, that creates huge opportunity for us. So keep going.
all right? We'll do.
All right, Tristan. Cool. Let's see. For me, yesterday I got I already shared the story, but I got a call I got a reach out, a text from a gal that I was following up with, and she wanted to list her home and wanted me to get the paperwork going. So I started putting that together yesterday. She signed off on it first thing this morning. So I just took another listing. And so that's like my second listing in 30 days. And we're on track. We'll just keep going. Today we'll be getting all the disclosures going on that. We're lining up the scheduling for how that's going to happen. The other thing, as far as productivity, yesterday I made 40 some call outs to expired listings, 40 dials, and I'll be doing the same thing today.
You have a target for today?
Yeah, my target is at least 50. 50. And by the way, when I say that, I load up 50 in my system. I don't always get to 50 because some people don't have a number or something happens, but I load up 50 and then however many pop out, that's how many I contact. So
Makes sense. Well, good luck with that today, Mike.
thank you, Tristan, and good luck to you and your family. Good to see everybody. Love the smiling faces. It's awesome. Tristan, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope everything goes well for you.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. See you tomorrow.
All right, take care. See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.